So a lot of guys on YouTube and whatnot, they'll kind of get up on camera and get up on social media with a mic and everything like that, and think that they're qualified to try to speak on God. They pretty much want to give you their version of what being a man is, and it's a lot of times it's not really focused on the inside man. Like the inner man is hardly spoken about when it comes to a lot of these brothers. And but that's what God is pretty much looking at. His image is not just based on the outward appearance. It's based on the intents of the heart. It's based on not how we see. God's ways is not our ways. Our thoughts are not his thoughts. We look on the outward appearance, but we're supposed to be, looking on the inward man. Just like God is looking on the inward, the inner parts of us, you see? Because that's what's most important, and that's what's going to pretty much justify us or condemn us, you see? It's not to say that the outward appearance is not important, but what's more important, you see what I'm saying, to be the image and likeness of God? Is it the outward characteristics that you might have, or is it the inward characteristics? So they'll focus on the outward appearance. They'll have material possessions as well as trying to say that, hey, being blessed by God is displaying yourself. Hold on, I'm like, what am I doing? So they'll focus on the outward appearance, right? They'll focus on the car they have. They'll focus on the house they have. They'll focus on the nice little studio that they got posting their content. They'll focus on all the things that they have to make themselves look good and to pretty much display themselves as a man, like all the hard work you're doing and this, that, and the other, to pretty much show man and show everybody else that you got it going on. You know what I'm saying? They'll post all these workout videos trying to display their muscles all up in the mirror, you know what I'm saying? And there's nothing wrong with being in shape. There's nothing wrong with building your body up. You see what I'm saying? Being strong and whatnot. But it can become vanity, you see? A lot of guys try to use God in their vanity. See what I'm saying? But they'll say, like, you're blessed by God if you have all this money, and if you have all this, that, and the other, you're blessed. But we have to understand, what is it? Is it literally just the outward appearance? Because these same guys will have terrible character. These be the same guys that hate women. These be the same guys, that are out of shape, that kind of look at other guys that are in shape, look down on them, and not even look down on them. They'll hate. You see what I'm saying? They'll envy instead of just getting up early in the morning, at the work, going to the gym and getting the workout in. You see what I'm saying? Putting all the pizza and putting all the snacks and donuts and hush puppies and whatnot down. See what I'm saying? The fried foods down, and picking up some spinach. You see what I'm saying? Getting some carrots, putting the honey in their system. See what I'm saying? Getting the natural herbs. Putting fruits and vegetables in their system so that they can actually eat to live and not eat to die. See what I'm saying? So it's about the mindset. What are you doing with your temple? You see what I'm saying? Like, hey, the temple is now us. We can't defile our temples, not just physically, but mentally as well. The inward man. Are you defiling your temple with what you consume in your brain, or what you're watching, what you're listening to? It all goes down. It all goes into the inside the brain, and it pretty much rewires your brain to think a certain way. These things that you're consuming out there pretty much influences you. And now the inner man is starting to form. The inner man is starting to form itself into how maybe what society is pretty much portraying is feeding you, instead of you getting in the word. See what I'm saying? Instead of you getting in the word and allowing yourself to hear the Most High speak. You see? Instead of allowing yourself to hear the Most High speak, you want to hear what man got to say. You want to hear what you want to hear. You see? So how are you helping yourself? You want to listen to guys that want to display all these different things to say that this is what being a man is. I had to work this hard, that hard to what? be vain, show off a Rolex, show off a Cuban link chain with diamonds in it, show off the style of clothing you got, show off the Camaro you got parked outside, show off the mansion. You see what I'm saying, that you got in Beverly Hills somewhere? Because you can have all that stuff, you can grind it out and do all that stuff, which is very commendable. But at the end of the day, are you going to heaven? At the end of the day, are you going to heaven? You see? So now, the inner man, and this is where you'll know that they don't really follow Christ. They don't really have the faith. They're not really these are not people that you need to be listening to. You know, you need to be listening to people that are actually trying to make your life better, not based on material things, not based on vanity, not based on things that you cannot take to the grave with you. It's based on things that are of the heavens, the heavenly treasures. You see what I'm saying? If you put your mind towards what's above and not below, then that's when the man of God is starting to be reformed. Because now it's through Christ. For those who believe, now it's through Christ. It's not through Moses. It's not through Adam. It's through Christ now. It's not through Elijah or whatnot. It's through Christ now. See? It's that he's the standard. He is the example of how we should walk. And it's all based on the inner man. No material possessions can validate you as a man. Now, how do you become? And what is the characteristics of this inner man? You see, the characteristics are, hey, humility. You got to be humble. Humble yourself. Sometimes, hey, look, Christ said what? Paul pretty much told the church that Christ made himself of no reputation when he could have been like, hey, look, I could be equal with God. You see what I'm saying? I done came down as a God into the earth, you see, and make myself in likeness of men. I could have been walking around here. Making everybody know who I am. I could have set myself up as king. I could have went to the rulers and judges. I could have had all these angels come down and destroy this kingdom right now. I could have made my fame known. But when he healed people, he didn't even want them to go tell nobody. You see what I'm saying? It's not time for that. It wasn't even time. So he made himself with no reputation. He had to humble himself and be in subjection. You see? Because it's not about the power that you have, about the power that we have. Can you humble yourself? If you don't humble yourself as a little child, you couldn't possibly make it in this life. You couldn't possibly make it into the kingdom. You know, you got to be as a little child. You got to be able to go back to the drawing board and be like, okay, listen, I got to learn again. You got to be able to forgive. You know, you got to be able to forgive under any circumstances. Like, bro, let it go. I know certain situations and certain circumstances might be hard for you to accept, might be hard for you to forget. But at the same time, listen, if somebody repents, Christ said forgive. That's not even negotiable. You see? So I don't know how we're gonna get around that, but it is okay. So another thing, and this all got to do with the inner man. Another thing is leadership, right? A man has to be a leader. A man has to show leadership qualities so that, hey, look, listen, if you want to start a family, if you want to start a business, that requires you to be a leader. You see what I'm saying? That comes from within. That's not something somebody can probably teach you that. But that's not something that you can buy. That's not something that you can just put on and wear. That's something that people have to see, and you have to show people this, not by the business that you have, not by the women, the woman or women, whatever, you know, the family that you have. You see what I'm saying? You show that by the inward man. You show that by your character and how you stand up for yourself, and you're able to lead and guide people into the right direction. You see? You're able to do that by showing yourself to be respectable. You're respectable, and you're able to lead. Leadership qualities is another thing that us as men, young guys, have to get together. You see, we got to learn these things. We got to go to the elders and see the examples of how to lead, or how to lead a family, how to lead a business, how to start one, how to really build it up. set up teams so that we're not the only ones doing certain things. Assign tasks. These are the type of things that we need to do as men, right? So that's another thing. Accountability. A lot of us brothers I gotta be accountable. We gotta hold ourselves accountable for the things that we do wrong. We gotta hold ourselves accountable for the things that we might make mistakes on. We're gonna make mistakes. We're not flawless. We're gonna mess up. But it's our job to really understand that, hey, we hold ourselves accountable. We go back to the drawing board. And if we were wrong, we correct it. We don't sit around and try to just lay dormant and not figure things out. You know what I'm saying? If we don't know everything, but we gotta be accountable. We gotta be accountable for what, the mistakes that we made. If we led people astray, if we did somebody wrong, if we did ourselves wrong, if we did the Most High wrong. You see what I'm saying? We gotta make sure that we're held accountable for our actions. We gotta hold other people accountable as well. Can't be afraid to hold other people accountable. And regardless of how they feel, regardless of how you feel, we gotta do it. Another one is integrity. We gotta have integrity about ourselves. We gotta stand on what we believe in. We gotta stand on what we believe. Us as men have to stand on our values, our morals. We have to have morals. We have to understand the difference between what's right, and we have to understand the difference between what's wrong. We have to have integrity and to stand. We have to stand and be strong mentally, spiritually, and be able to, discern what's right and what's wrong. We have to be able to discern when we're doing right and when someone else is doing right, and commend them for it. Get rid of the envy, get rid of the jealousy that you might have in your heart, and actually applaud that brother, applaud that sister. As a matter of fact, help them out. As a matter of fact, you go and try to and do the best that you can and see what you can do to help them excel. Because you as a man also, you want to make sure that you are seeing your brothers and sisters excel and not getting mad at you aren't where they're at. You see what I'm saying? Your time is coming. Your time may be coming. Maybe hey, listen, people's lives are different. People have different journeys and people have different paths. So you can't get mad at somebody else who's zooming past you. It's like a race, right? Someone might be faster than you. Someone's going to be faster than you in that heat. You might be fifth lane, somebody in the fourth lane. That fourth lane zooming past you, man. That's just his speed. You're not at that speed yet. You see what I'm saying? You can't get mad. You applaud that brother. You may be disappointed, like, yeah, man, I'm not where I want to be. I'm not, man, I didn't get first place. I got second place. I got third. I got fourth. I came in last, But I mean, hey, listen, what if you PR'd? What if you actually PR'd and set a record for yourself? You did better, even though you came in last place. What if you you did the best you could do? You set another record for you, and you can build on that. Hey, listen, that's a win in my book. Doesn't matter what the next man doing. Doesn't matter. You have your integrity and you be strong in who you are. And that's another thing. Brothers, you got to know yourself. You got to be able to understand your flaws, understand your shortcomings, and be able to embrace what you cannot change. Control what you can control. Don't try to control what you can't control. You see? You have no control over what you can't control, man. See what I'm saying? Whether that goes into relationships, that goes into friends, family, that goes into certain situations that you might be dealing with and coming across. You gotta be able to control what you can control and be able to fix your shortcomings that you can fix. Fix the issues that you have that you can fix. You see what I'm saying? I don't know what you have to fix. I know what I have to fix, and I'm working and I'm doing the best that I can each and every day to become better. Doing everything that I can to become better. And brothers, another thing, we have to have a plan for our lives. We have to have goals. We have to set goals for ourselves, whether they be daily goals, monthly goals, weekly goals, yearly goals. We need to have a plan for our lives. We have to see ourselves somewhere big. Of course, the ultimate goal is the kingdom of heaven, and that should be the goal for all believers. And we're doing the works now, not just on the camera, but outside the camera to, not only help ourselves, but to help others. Because Christ says, what? Hey, listen, I was naked and you clothed me. I was in prison and you came and visited me. I was thirsty, you gave me drink. I was hungry and you gave me food. You see what I'm saying? It's the intent of the heart. It's where your heart is at. But for your fellow brother or sister, it's because if you do these things unto these little ones, unto these the least my brethren, the least of my brethren, then you've done it unto me. Those who might not be all rich and famous and high status and good looking, listen, fam, you've done it unto me either way. Doesn't matter where they're at in their lives. Doesn't matter the estate. But you brothers have to have a plan. You have to have that mindset, but you also have to have a plan for your life as well. You got to know where you want to go, where you want to take your life, right? And you have to have good intentions with it. You see, don't do things simply for short-term success, short-term gratification. Oh, this money, all the bag, just getting, being able to just spend your money and live frivolously, and the Most High call you up that night. And so now whose possessions is it going to be, right? Whose possessions are those going to be, right, when you pass? Whose possessions are those going to be when you pass away? Your soul is required at your hand tonight, right? So you got to make sure that you're not doing things in vanity, but you're helping out people, you're helping your own people, and you're helping not only your own but other people as well. You have a good heart towards other people, and you want to make sure that whatever you're doing, you do it all to the glory of God. All to the glory of God. You see what I'm saying? Everything that you do, have integrity, have a plan, and make sure that it's going to benefit them. Make sure it's going to benefit other people. You know what I'm saying? And you want to definitely live comfortably. You definitely want to be in a good position. And hey, you should strive for that, and you should never give up. Always, and this is probably going to be the last one. And always seek to get better. Always seek to strive for more knowledge. Even if because listen, we're not going to know everything. We're never going to know everything. You see, have an open mind. Hear what other people got to say. You don't have to agree with everybody, because you have to have a firm foundation in what you believe in. You have to have a firm foundation, and you can't get swayed from every wind of doctrine. You cannot get swayed. But what you don't know is what you just don't know. Okay? Nobody can fault you for that. It just is what it is. You see? You got to be humble. You got to be meek. You got to be able to go back to the drawing board if you have messed up. You got to. You see what I'm saying? So always have a plan. But guys, what was the point? Hold on. Damn. Yes, always have a plan, and always seek to get better. Always seek to elevate as a man. Always seek to elevate in your leadership skills, your guidance, your teachable skills. Oh, also you need to be teachable. You need to be teachable. Yes, you need to be. You need to also be able to listen. You need to be able to submit to, those older than you. Listen to them, learn from them. I know a lot of people. They're not all perfect, but at the same time, they're still elders, and you need to respect them as your elders. You need to get the wisdom, get the knowledge and wisdom and understanding that they might have. Apply it to your life. You see what I'm saying? Apply it to your life, and just go gung ho for the Most High. Ultimately, go gung ho for Christ, and always seek to get better. Never stay stagnant. Never just try to be in one place and just be content. You always want to grow mentally. You always want to grow spiritually. You always want to grow physically, all right? Get your body in shape. You want to get that gym. You want to get in the kitchen and cook the right foods. You want to get better in every single aspect of your life. Optimization, Kingdom Fit Productions. This is Mike the Fit Prince, your host. Back at you again with another one. Rate, comment, subscribe, turn your post notifications on so that you are notified when I'm dropping other content. Share the video out with other people so that they are notified as well, because this information is not just for you. It's for everybody else who can benefit from this information, who can benefit from this channel. Okay? Hey, peace and blessings to you guys. Have a good one. I'm out. Peace.